Hey, what is going on, guys? Welcome back to Yogi's Garage. We've got a special episode for you today. We are working on getting this mess cleaned up in here and reorganizing all of the parts for my two projects. If this is the first time visiting Yogi's Garage, welcome. You're gonna get an inside look on what the business end of this operation here at Yogi's Garage is all about. And I'm also gonna be upgrading it, right? So I'm gonna get rid of the table that's filled with all of the Porsche parts, keeping the Porsche parts, but I'm gonna do a shelf there instead. And I'm gonna have two shelves for both of the projects so I can keep track of everything. As you know, I'm almost done with Project Gunther. And again, if this is your first time, let me give you a recap. Project Gunther is a 1995 Mercedes-Benz E320 wagon. I thought it was just gonna be a regular run-of-the-mill wagon project, but ended up being a much bigger event. Some of my latest videos are around the engine, because the engine was blown because somebody threw nuts and bolts into the combustion chamber. Great video series, be sure to check that out. Not very many people did, but my last video around the engine teardown saw a big uptick there, so thank you guys for watching that. Welcome to all my new subscribers. One of my major projects is my 2002 Porsche 911 Carrera Cabriolet. I did an engine out, complete engine rebuild. I've been waiting on parts for some time. My last set of parts are connecting rods that I'm purchasing from LN Engineering, the same company who rebored my engine to a 4-liter. So a lot of exciting stuff going on there. I did the interior there as well. I welded the rust. I took the rust out and welded in a new floorboard. That was a great series too. So be sure to check out all of those. But today, let's take a look at the back end of this thing and figure out how we're gonna clean this up. Yeah, so dang, you can see what I've got to do here. I mean, I got stuff in here that doesn't even belong in here because we had to move some things around to get to storage, because this is still my house and my wife needed some things up there for a party and I had to move a bunch of helmets down. So I got a lot of things to do, but I think instead of building out a horizontal storage and a lower layer there for the cylinder heads and for the crank and things like that, I'm gonna use some shelves that I have available and stack it up here vertically. But I gotta get this place cleaned up, man. Look at this. It's all greasy, and this was the engine teardown video on Gunther's old engine on that Mercedes. And man, I gotta figure out what I'm gonna do with that. I gotta take that thing apart. I gotta break it down and see what's valuable on that. Well, I'm not gonna do that on this video, but I gotta move it off to the side so we can make room. Because I gotta move all this out, put the shelves in, and then put all this stuff on the shelves. So yeah, a lot to do here, man. A lot of stuff in here. Look at this. Think I can get any money for that? I hope so. Those are camshafts out of Gunther's cylinder head. More bolts. So yeah, I've got some room here too that I can relinquish, use it for other stuff. By the way, my wife has told me that I have this uncanny ability to mimic people's speech or accent if I watch a whole lot of videos about them. And I have to admit she might be right, because I've been catching myself sounding a lot like the dudes from Goon Squad. And that's what I've been watching like the last week is Goon Squad, man. So if I sound like a good old boy from Tennessee, I apologize, but it's just because I've been wrapped up in all their videos because they're pretty awesome. All right, back to work. This is a great idea. Yogi-mama suggested that I put that right there. What a great idea, Yogi-mama. So we'll put that there. We'll put one shelf there and one shelf there and make an L. And I'll keep this area open. So hats off to my beautiful assistant.
I thought you were going to turn it 90 degrees.
Well, I'm going to have to because I'm stuck. I didn't really think this through. I'm going to go this way. Hey, so what do you think? Looks great, right?
I can't wait to see a bunch of stuff on it.
Yeah.
Not in the middle of this area.
Yeah, so we decided to make them the same level so that we can scrunch them together closer and give you more real estate. But man, that is gonna take all of that off the floor and everything on this table off. And then everything's gonna be consolidated here vertically.
And you'll still be able to get to your cherry picker.
And I'm thinking here, I could probably hang some tires up there maybe. You know, if I had to, because I got a bunch of those extra tires I gotta get rid of. You know, just spitballing. I see that, oh, you're giving me like, but hey. I'm almost at 1,000 subscribers, man.
Well, when you get 1,000, we'll have another discussion.
Okay, that's 50 away. Now, you know, these wire shelves are sort of the bane of our existence when it comes to storing parts here, because this just acts as a hook point, a snag, something to interfere with you being able to lie down any of your products or your parts or whatever. So I'm gonna layer each one of these with cardboard. I have a bunch of it because I, have another side hustle. So yeah, I'm gonna get some cardboard cut out, and let's take a look at what this is gonna look like after I'm done.
So you're busy at work, huh, baby?
Hey, man, I'm trying to enjoy a hard-earned drink. What's going on here? You're spying on me.
I was just, checking on you.
I have my superpower needs, My battery was a little low, so now I'm filling my battery back up, and then I get back to work. How about that?
That's a bunch of vegetables. It's totally healthy.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Exactly. And there. Not bad, huh? Check that out. Perfectly functional. That's mine, by the way. Don't even get any ideas. Perfectly functional cardboard. It's meant to absorb oil. I had a bunch of cardboard boxes left over. I'm using them for layers. I'm using them for the layer to absorb the oil. We're all good here. So now, man, I got to get all this stuff in here. But luckily, Yogi-mama's here to help me figure out how to get all of that, minus the engine, onto these shelves. Like, one's gonna be for the Porsche, one's gonna be for the Mercedes. Let's see if we can figure it out. There you go, check out all these bolts, man. I don't even know where any of this goes anymore. Oh boy. Underside shifter. Okay. Hey, at least I labeled it, but that was 6 months ago. Oh, these are all of the bearings. And I was gonna put these back in the engine. Not. These can be recycled along with that. That's my recycle pile. Ooh, dang, it's like it just dropped out of the sky to say, hey, Yogi, use this to hold all those dang old bolts. And that'll work great in the ultrasonic cleaner. Like, I've been waiting this long. I'm like, I might as well just buy new parts for everything. Let's just buy a whole new car. Yeah, some of these don't go in. Like, these are for the seat, which we don't need anymore. All that's for the seat, and that's oil pump. All right, cool. So Yogi-mama wanted to record me in my emotional state as I'm cleaning up the garage for the next chapter of Yogi's Garage. And I said to her, it's probably gonna bring me to tears when I hear Pepper, my Porsche here, start up for the very first time. It's been a long journey. And I keep saying this, if you guys if this is your first time visiting here, then go back and look at the Pepper Porsche videos. Be sure to click that pop-up up there and you can get caught up. But it's basically a rescue car. It's a car that I rescued from Florida. It was a rust disaster on the passenger side. It had a lot of damage. The convertible top didn't work. There was no passenger seat, relatively speaking. So hearing it start for the first time is going to be a big deal for me, and Yogi-mama wants to share that. So I'm pretty emotional. And baby Yogi is here to put a little decorative piece on the mirror. We're not going to record her because she's not video ready, but we'll pause it and then she'll come in and put it up, and then we'll show you what she did.
What's your preferred Yogi name?
Bread.
Yogi bread.
Yogi bread.
Yogi bread. Okay. Okay, Yogi bread, come over here. To reach across. You can use the steering wheel to brace yourself.
Nice.
I wouldn't step there, please don't.
Can you show me
Yeah,
what's
just step
happening
right there and step forward. Use your hand.
What you got there?
She's christening it.
Yeah, but what is it?
It's called a pepper for pepper.
I love it. I love
It's a
it.
pepper for pepper.
It's
Gotta get in there.
Yogi bread. You've rejuvenated.
You could just call me Bread.
No, you're Yogi Bread.
Just call me Bread.
You've just rejuvenated me to double down on getting this car finished. I can't wait to hear it run in about 10 years.
Let's. Oh, wait. Hug it out, man.
Come here, Yogi Bread.
Come on, Elaine.
Side hugs forever. Side hugs forever. Well, I mean, this table hasn't been folded down in over 6 months. And this is our, crawfish boil party table, and I'm trying to get all the grimy oil off of it.
I'm not sure this is a food safe table anymore.
As long as you put a layer on it, a food condom, we'll be okay.
Food condom.
Right.
Okay.
Now I can walk freely in here. Did you record all that?
Mama.
All right, let's get this out of here. Yo, mama. I got everything reorganized. I've got let me just show you what's going on here instead of me just describing it to you. Let me show you. All right, check it out. Let me back up. Yeah, look at that. So much better. If you recall, I had that table here and then all the stuff on the floor. So what I did here is I reorganized everything. And this here is the Porsche. And then these are the parts from the engine that I pulled out of Gunther, the Mercedes, which is right here. So, and then I cleaned that table up too. So we've got a lot more room to do a whole bunch more work. So speaking of work, while I have you here, you guys know that I haven't been able to get that transmission to stop leaking. So for the rest of this video, I think we should just go work on that real quick. I got a couple of things that I want to do, but basically I got to change the filter on that transmission. I've got to resolve the problem with it leaking so much. I've got a special O-ring for one of the pistons in there, and then I also have a new kickdown module as well that's going to go on that transmission. So it shouldn't take that long, but see, now I just jinxed myself, so it may take forever. But anyway, here we are. Let's keep going. More work, no rest for the weary. All right, this is what we're dealing with. This is the transmission here on the Mercedes, and this is the passenger side that we're looking at. And there is a suspiciously wet spot right there in that, where that circle seal is. That is bank 2 piston. I'm not sure what all that means, but it's part of the transmission, and I believe that's where it's leaking out most. But this whole thing needs a pretty good cleaning, as you can see. That yellow thing up there is also something that I planned on replacing, but maybe if that's the leaker, then I don't have to do that, and I can return that part, because it's about $130. But first things first is I gotta lower this thing and then remove the transmission pan here so that I can get more access to that. All right, so let's get busy with disconnecting some things, and then I'm gonna drain that pan with... Oh man, I tell you what, doing this on your own is really tough. Oh, I need an assistant. I think at the same time, I'm gonna prevent this thing from leaking all over the place. All right, cool. I'm not a mechanical genius. I only play one on TV. That transmission fluid looks really clean. That tells me that this thing has been leaking forever. And they just keep adding transmission fluid to it because, they may have done a filter before, but this thing is leaking from all over the place, from what I can tell. So, yeah, good, I guess. All right, on my workbench now, let's take a look at this thing. It's, I'm going to say it again, this thing looks pretty damn new. But, hey, man, I'm in here. I got to fix that O-ring. Say it with me, folks. While you're in there. That's right. Yeah. Hey, it came with a crush washer for the drain plug. I'm not sure what those other 2 crush washers are for, but I think I'll figure it out. And the filter. So we got a gasket, some crush washers, and a filter to change out. But before I put this back in, I need to clean this, obviously. But I also need to get the leak fixed. So that's what I'm there for. That's why I'm under there, suffering because I'm claustrophobic. Let's go figure it out. Whew, talk about a major pain. Yeah, I really can't give you a whole lot of video content here because it's such a snug area. But basically, you can see that open port right there. That's the B2 piston on this side. And I'm planning on replacing the O-ring because that's all I have for it. I'm hoping that's the issue. But anyway, I had to loosen the transmission, lower it. You can see I took the pan off of it as well. I also took the motor mount bolts off too to give me a little bit more lateral movement because I need to move that thing to the driver's side a little bit so I can get that cover off and put a new O-ring in. Unfortunately, I think I have to take the whole assembly out just to get the O-ring in, but we'll see. So I'm just letting it drip out right now, and then I'm gonna try to take that cover off. I'll have to wedge something in between the tunnel and the transmission to keep that gearbox cockeyed so I could get better access. But as far as the circlip, it's this bad boy right here. So it'll be fun putting that thing back in. Woo! Wow, you can see all the cat litter in my hair. I use cat litter to absorb all that transmission fluid. So guess what? My good buddy Marshall from Garage Time TV showed up this morning. It's Sunday, Labor Day. Happy Labor Day, everybody. I haven't put a video out in over a week because I wanted to get this transmission done so I can roll this car out of here and get back to working on the Porsche. Because guess what? I've got great news. I got my parts in. The parts are here, ready to restart the Pepper Porsche project. Next video will be all about getting set up, getting my inventory ready to go. And I'm gonna take you on a deep dive into rebuilding my 4-liter engine on my 2002 Porsche. So thanks again, Marshall, for your help. Transmission's going. I gotta attach a bunch of other stuff, all that boring stuff you gotta do to get it reconnected to the car. I'm gonna do all that, and then we'll come back, and then we'll come back and talk about the Porsche in a future video. But oh, let me show you what I found. Another little disaster on this wagon besides, you know, nuts and bolts in the engine. Check it out. Yeah, so this right here is the transmission fluid dipstick. And I don't think it's supposed to be this shape. It's supposed to go right there where that opening is, you see. And Marshall used his Marshall superhuman strength to pull this out. And the problem is the dipstick tube is kinked on the back near the firewall. And so the previous mechanics, instead of addressing the tube problem, taking the tube out, which is kind of difficult to do, they just kept trying to jam it in there. So now I don't have a dipstick to measure, but I know how much is supposed to go in there. So we'll just have to kind of wing it on the transmission. You cannot overfill or underfill. It's got to be pretty darn close. So I don't know how I'm going to figure it out, but we'll see, man. But anyway, that's for the future. So back to Porsche. I got other great projects coming up. I've got 960 subscribers. Hopefully by the time this video drops, I'll have 960. I think it was 958. So I'm 40 subscribers away from being monetized. And I've said this before, and I'll say it again. Being monetized is extremely important. A couple of things happen. My buddy Marshall from Garage Time told me this as well. The algorithm changes once you hit 1,000. All of a sudden, your subscriber count will shoot up. I'll get more visibility, and that means more awesome content for you guys. And I'm ready to move on past this wagon. I want to upgrade the wagon to an AMG. So be on the lookout for something like that in the future. Thanks for watching Yogi's Garage. If this is your first time visiting, really appreciate your time and effort. Oh, I got another thing I want to show you. I'm trying to let you guys go, but I can't. Check it out. Look. now that I've got the wagon running, just like the Audi, I reward myself and my garage with a new banner. So hopefully I can put the Porsche banner right there, right? Okay, I'm out of here. Take care. We'll see you soon. Bye.
Yo, microphone check, make it a microphone check. Give it a microphone, I make it a microphone dead. Don't step to me, newbie, I could truly be moody. I could have played the fucking Grinch in the movies. I've been a part-time shadow cat, part-time. That is not a guy that I would ever want to try to battle rap. Snap, crackle, pop, mind fried to a crisp, make an MC into a